Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to RFL Season 3. We're here in the darkness of Bahrain here. We've got 18 drivers ready to go at the track, ready for round 2 of the season, and we are in for an action-packed race. We saw the Renaults charging through the field last time on a really different strategy to everyone else in Bahrain, and Leopard took the victory. Ansmaz got to 4th, and then Danny came home in 2nd with Waistall in 3rd place after a huge collision on lap 1. Waistall actually got into the lead along with Nuthead, but unfortunately Nuthead retired and Waistall went on to finish on the podium, so good for him but unfortunate for Nuthead. But I am Morgs 5631 commentating today, and today I'll be joined by my teammate in Tier 2 who didn't do very well today. He decided the internet won't work, but it's working now. It's Callum G.
Hello Morgan, thanks for that great intro there. Let's hope all these 18 drivers here are ready to tackle this pretty challenging circuit of Bahrain here. Let's hope that all the internets are working, because we'll definitely need it. It is a tricky track here. We'll definitely see mistakes tonight. It is a hard one to get right. It's a hard track. So definitely it's hard to get a good lap round here in qualifying, so it's definitely going to be an action pack.
Yep, it definitely will be an action-packed race, and we got 18 drivers trying to take the victory here. We've got 16 in Tier 2 and 18 in Tier 1, so brilliant attendance to start this RFL season, and we are in for an action-packed race with Tier 2 then to go by. Just to refresh on Tier 2 if you missed it, JJ Rocks took the victory on the one-stop strategy ahead of Kingley Diagram, who came home in 2nd place, but he was dominant almost the entire race in the two-stoppers. He was 10 seconds out in front of the Ferraris at one point, who were on the 2-stop, and that's going to be crucial today. The 1 or the 2-stop, we saw it in Tier 2 demonstrated which is the best strategy, the 1-stop or the 2-stop. We're going to see it again here today, and which is the best strategy? I don't know. I think maybe the 1-stop. I did the 1-stop in Tier 2, came off well for me. I came 3rd. JJ, the winner of the race, he did the 1-stop, but then again the 2nd place man did the 2-stop, so I mean it's a tough one to call. And Callum, what do you reckon is the best strategy here, the 1 or the 2-stop?
Well, I think if you can get that lap right on the mediums or the soft compound, the 1-stop can definitely be the right strategy for you, but it's all about really, as you mentioned before, that you need to try and balance pushing and managing that tyre where it's really easy to kind of over pushing your stint, and you never know, your tyres could really feel the kind of consequences there in your stint, and that can lead to mistakes. So if you can get the balance right between pushing and the 1-stop is definitely the best strategy in my opinion.
Yep, I would agree with you there. I did it in Tier 2, worked off well for me. Just as a reference for these lap times we're about to be seeing, let's give you the quickest lap times on each compound in Tier 2. All bacon yum. We'll just have a quick look at this first, where you span it. That's down towards turn 8, I want to say, after the S section. Danny goes past, he's on our lap, and Danny's pushing now. But just as a reference in terms of lap times, the quickest medium compound time was a 27.7, fastest soft compound tyre time was a 27.1, and the fastest super soft compound time was a 26.2. That was the quickest times in Tier 2. So that's a good reference for what we could be seeing today. We'll probably see about half a second to a second quicker on each of those compounds. Let's have a look at Danny though. The reigning champion, 2nd in the championship at the moment after just 1 race. What can he do? He's coming round. Oh, that's a bit wide. That could be invalidated, but he's still pushing. Gores has a 28.6. Labour Weather with 27.7, immediately getting the laps in. That's Danny hitting the 150 board. Round the final corner we go on board with Danny, the reigning champion. Can he put himself in provisional pole position if he comes across the line? DRS wide open. No, he can't. 28.6. He's set just ahead of Islas on the mediums. Brez goes into 5th place at 28.8. And the conditions are definitely not as good as it was in Tier 2, because these drivers should be much quicker, but they are nowhere near the pace that some of those Tier 2 drivers were setting on the medium compound tyres. Ian Boy though, that's a quick time, that's a 26.9, but if you look ahead, it's definitely quite a bit cloudy, which could be affecting the lap times here, and explains why they're not to the market times that Tier 2 were setting, because that is confusing myself.
Definitely, obviously, some might know there's definitely a big gap, some would say, between Tier 1 and Tier 2. That's a controversial opinion, but that's what some would say, and it's definitely, I think you can say some people are extremely quick drivers now, I think, as you've mentioned, I think there are some conditions that we did not have in the race that is playing a effect in these times. And I mentioned if it was Boris Letterbox to
Ooh, Ninja's brilliant lap there.
Oh, very good actually. The medium's 128 flat. It's a great lap there. Puts them first out of the harder compound of tyre running. So great lap there by Esther Ninjas, which puts him up into P3.
Yep, season 1 champion, setting the pace early on here. Vapiku, he's at a 28.5 in his first medium run. He's going again. Danny, he's the reigning champion. He's in 6th place at the moment, as that's labelled... No, that's Nuthead, sorry. I was trying to see who that was there. The jump on the leaderboard. Nuthead up into P2, a 27.4. Not a bad lap early on here as he cuts the first corner. Trying to get that to the pit as quick as possible. I think he's a bit low on fuel if you have a look at the fuel light. Yeah, he's actually run out of fuel. So Nuthead's going to have to limp it back to the pits. He's got 12 minutes to do so. Should be an easy task, but not what he wants if he wants to set another lap here.
And something that I've seen that has been completely different to the Tier 2 races, we've got a lot more drivers on that medium compound, which looks like we're going to have a lot more drivers doing the 1-stop compared to the 2-stop. I think it's fair to say we had probably kind of a split between 1-stop and 2-stop in the race, so it is definitely seeing what the drivers do favour here in this track against a more Antsman who has not set a lap yet, and that is Grumpy Lie. Superstocks is its professional pole force in there, driving a 126.8. He told me before the race this is his first league race in months. Well, that's a good way to get the rust off of it. Professional pole by just over a 10th, but definitely a good lap there by the force in there, man.
Yep, and the Renaults though, they're the people we need to watch out for. They're on the mediums at the moment, but last time out they qualified 6th and 11th on the softs compared to the ultra softs in dry conditions. But it was going to be a wet race. But they decided to take the risk that it was going to be a dry start. Didn't pay off for them. But if they both went to the ultra softs, I guarantee you their pace would have been enough to go on to lock out the front row. So, watch out for these two. And King Liam has been given a penalty for collision with Nuthead. Nuthead limping home with fuel. King Liam hits him and now has a penalty to pay for it. And that's going to knock him down 5 places on the grid. And that's going to completely ruin his weekend. He's ramming Nuthead, giving a little boost along, as that he doesn't want to. He wants to be careful not to get another penalty here. As he just span off Nuthead. Nuthead's in the wall, and King Liam has picked up another grid penalty for that. Antibeacon breezes on by, almost completely collects Liam there. As Antibeacon's picked up a penalty now for that collision with Liam, even though there's almost no collision there. So unlucky for the Ferrari of Antibeacon, who's on a lap now on the mediums. Let's see where he can put himself. Surely that wouldn't have affected his lap time because there was barely any contact, but the game seems to think so. It's giving him a penalty, and what can he do now on a compromised qualifying session? Round the final corner he goes. A sprint to the line is on, and where will he put himself? It's going to probably be in towards the top 10. P7 for Antibeacon, and that is 3rd place of all the medium runners so far.
Yeah, apologies for my full good luck there, but King Liam's
been disqualified.
Not a great way to start off.
Nuthead, the innocent party there, really, has been given a 5-place grid penalty for the collisions that Liam was clearly causing. You could see it on board with Liam before, unless Nuthead got on a mad rage of anger and attacked Liam, but I don't think that's very like him. He's a very humble guy, as Nuthead. He wouldn't do anything like that, and I think he was just an innocent party there who has unfortunately now picked up a penalty. Il Ansmas has gone to 3rd place, by the way, as his car's glitching around, as Liverpool Devils are tied. He's in P6 at the moment. As here comes Nuthead back to the pits. As I have a weird glitch. Bacon Yum though, he's in 4th place, but 4 laps on those mediums, not the ideal for him. Let's see what he can do now.
Yeah, what a chaotic start to this qualifying session we've had. The Boris Letterbox struggling out there, I'm sure, for a good while maybe, but it says he's only had 1 lap on his medium, but he's got to try and improve. I've seen LCR Leopard, Rampage and Boris Letterbox all set to him, and obviously King Liam starting at the back of the grid due to that. Quite different, as you could say. I don't think I've seen too much of that. Not done too much commentator racing, but I've definitely not said something like that, but never know. First time for everything like that, it's definitely a first time for that, yeah. And on board with the wagon driver of across line DRS, somebody's run at DRS quite early though. He comes across line mid, this time P7 there, and 1:27.8 is actually a very good lap in there by the Williams driver. And but that is his third lap on it as he cuts the corner. I think he's also run out of fuel. Just like his team like F1X and Mutthead, he's also run out of fuel. So some strange strategy there, strategy going on there at Williams, and our drivers just put themselves higher up.
Nutthead into 4th place on the soft compound tyres, but I just want to note that both Bacon, Yamna and Boris, the quickest guys at the moment on mediums except for Ant-Smart, they've said that they've done 4 laps on their quickest compound tyres, and if they invalidate their lap on the soft compound tyres, which you'd assume they're going to do, that's going to completely ruin their strategy. Britain to 6th, by the way. That's completely going to ruin their strategy. They will not be able to do the one stop if they start on 4 lap old mediums, especially if a lot of those laps were done under stress. I'm not sure how many were and how many weren't, but that's going to really throw a spanner into the works if they invalidate their soft compound laps. That's going to be very interesting. They're going to have to be very cautious on their soft compound laps because they cannot afford to start on the mediums. They're going to hope that they get knocked out of the top 10 otherwise if they do invalidate that soft lap. Here's Zapaku on the super softs. He did his first lap on the medium tyres, and now he's on the super soft. So he's skipped that soft compound tyre. He's going for the 2 stop here if he completes this lap. In towards the S section he goes. You got the right and then you got the left, and now it's very tricky. Don't run out too wide there, otherwise your car will go crazy. And now in towards the right hander, down towards turn 10, the trickiest braking zone on the track. Can he get it right? Can he not lock up? He does lock up a little bit, but he doesn't lose too much time. That's very nicely taken from the Ferrari driver there. That's TR Clay is going into 8th place, by the way, on the soft compound tyres. Not bad at all, but here comes Rapid. He's coming now towards the left-hander, up the hill before, now we go. And we've got to make sure that we avoid that curb on the inside. The Rapid did that very nicely in and out wide. And you want to cut as much as you can there, but you actually clip the apex, which is also another good idea to do as well. But I think I usually try and cut as much as I can of that without getting a warning or a penalty. And now in towards the final corner go with Vapid Q in the Ferrari. Where's he going to put himself? Is he going to back off and go onto the soft compound tyres? He comes into the pits.
Yeah, I think I seen it LCR Leopard right earlier on. He's following Boris Edwards to come into the pits as well. I'm not too sure what LCR Leopard's playing, but I'm sure he'll dive it in at the end and come out at the end of the session, sorry, onto the soft compound. And I'm sure he'll definitely be far up. Yeah, what is he? Yeah.
Yep, he just jumped up to 3rd place.
Yeah, it's a great lap
on the soft compound tyres.
Again, that is putting them quickest out of the soft compound run, but again, not really close enough to a 10th off Ian Boy, who's a lap super soft compound, so there's still definitely a gap there, but that is really promising pace so far from the Red Bull driver. And as you mentioned, the season 1 champion, I think he did miss most of last season, it might seem, so he didn't really get to it off a proper defence last season, so I'm sure he'll want to try and reclaim that title from season 1 here. It's not a bad way to start it. I'm not too sure how it got on last week, but his pace is looking promising so far.
Yep, Waystore I think is on, no he's not, I don't think he's on a lap actually. I was going to say I think he's on a lap, but I don't think he is. Gumpy Lion, no, he was on a lap, he's dominated that time, he's gone back into the extended lead. I mean, I say dominated, he's only 2 tenths out in front, but still, good lap there by the Racing Point driver of Gumpy Lion. And he's 2 tenths ahead of Ian Boy, who's just began his lap, his final run of the session probably, on this super soft compound. So let's have a look on board with Ian Boy as he comes towards the end of the first sector, and can he close a 2.5 tenths gap to Gumpy Lion in this first sector? Let's find out as he comes across the first sector board. A 28.1, what's that like in comparison to Gumpy Lion? Not quick enough, a 27.9 on Gumpy Lion's fastest lap. So really, Ian Boy needs to find more pace. He hasn't got that at the moment though, and he's going to have to really wind the gears up a little bit and push a little bit harder, be a bit braver as well. He's in 2nd place, he's really got nothing to lose if he bins it in the wall except the chance of pole position. But he's in a good position at the moment, so let's see what he does. Coming now in towards the left-hander, up the hill we go. Careful not to hit the inside curb, easy place to crash it if you do, but you want to get as close as you can to it. Take the shortest line, but the quickest line, as now he comes in towards his left-hander, drifting through that corner there. Great drift there by Mercedes, but surely not the quickest way around the track. And now down the hill, in towards the final corner. Will this be provisional pole for Ian Boy 87. Car number 87, the Mercedes driver coming across the DRS board and across the line, and it's P1 for Ian Boy, and that's 2 tenths clear of Grumpy line. Good luck there by Mercedes.
Yeah, definitely snatched that pole, but provisionally polished off Grumpy line, but it's still, I see a few drivers go out on that soft compound. I'm sure that could definitely be Trump. You've got Ants Mazir on the lap on the soft tyres, definitely confirmed head pace last time out in China there. We've also got LCR Leopard and Rampage still to set a lap, and Leopard's out on the soft and Rampage is out on the soft as well, so we'll keep an eye on how their laps will go as well.
Yeah, and smart, so I'm watching him. The Renault driver, he's on the soft compound tyres, and with this pace he could be challenging pole position because he's on the mediums at 27.2. Really quick time that. But about 7 tenths improvement between the tyre compounds, maybe 6 tenths. That will put him just behind Ian Boy. So now, with a bit of slipstream from this Alfa Romeo ahead, this could be a pole position lap we're watching right now on board with the Renault. I haven't actually checked the second time, so I don't know whether it is on track to be, but he comes into the final corner. Can Ansmas take pole position away from Ian Boy, and can he take pole position off the soft compound runners? Across the line he comes, and it's pole position for Ansmas, but it's only as it stands. A lot of drivers yet to finish their final laps, as we got a huge train of cars coming out of pits. We've got Briz, who just began a lap. He's got Vapid Coot ahead. Briz has had to back out of that. He's got 2 cars in front. Not what he wants. He lets who's that go? I don't know. I didn't see who that was. As Briz is round, he's round. Traffic has caught him out here, and he's got 1 minute and 13 seconds to get back round and onto his final lap of the session, if he wishes to take it.
Just on board, but LCR Leopard coming out of turn 2 in the back, left hand turn 8, got all out of shape, got on the curve. He's now going to have to try and bolt round and try and get a good lap from his back pocket. Now actually he could be starting probably in the back row here, joining Kingman, who's disqualified earlier on, but I'm sure he's thinking he might be able to get it around. He's got a little bit of traffic of the Williams, assuming it'll be, well, not sure who it'll be, but Williams and the Mercedes ahead of him, so he needs to try and clear that very quickly. And he's backing off, he's letting his teammates through. Ansmas, who's currently in provisional pole, I don't know if there'll be a little bit of slipstream between the 2 teammates there, but LCR Leopard, I think he's just going to make it. He's trying to repair his lap, and I think he will just be able to make it, but this is his last chance. If he ruins it now, he'll be starting the back row, Grumpy line, retired, so he'll get no higher in 3rd place, and I think that could brought down with the likes of Ninjas on the Super Soft, and Raw Rizzlers is still on a lap on the Super. Can you also in the soft compound? Definitely keep an eye on him as well.
Yep, the session is over, and we're just now waiting for all the drivers to finish their laps. All the drivers pretty much on their lap, and Waystall is going to be one of the first to finish. He comes around the final corner now and towards the line. Is this going to be a lap that will put him up the order as he comes across the line? Is 2nd place in a front row start for Waystall, but not pole position. But who else can take on pole position? Ant goes to 5th, but he's got that 5th place grid penalty. Ninja dives into this, he will not improve. Go with us, he's coming towards the final corner now. Where can he slot himself? Will he be able to slot himself any higher than 7th place? A 27.2 on softs. What's it going to be on supers as he comes across the line? 1st place, P1 for Rizaz by 7 thousandths of a second, but qualifying's not over yet. We got Bacon Yum on a lap at the moment. He's coming towards the final corner now.
Danny,
it's just the Haas driver.
By a Williams off, I'm not sure who it was, but Danny's on a lap and he's now out of the session.
And Bacon Yum across the line, sorry, just want to cut you off here, and that's P1 for Bacon Yum on the soft compound tyres. He's 6 thousandths, ahead of all with us. A great lap there by Bacon Yum. But yeah, you mentioned Danny and Boris coming together there, I think, and they're both championship contenders as Leopard comes across the line. P1 for Leopard at 26.2. That is equal to the tier 2 pole time, but definitely in different conditions. You can see the clouds overhead in the night here, and that's going to provide less grip. But Leopard has taken pole position here on the soft compound tyres, the slower compound tyres, and in 2nd place you got another soft compound runner, and that is, I've completely forgotten, I'm an idiot.
I think it's going to be Ansmas, maybe?
No, it wasn't Ansmouth. I think it was Royce. I'll double check. No, it's Bacon Yum. So yeah, Leopard qualifies on pole position. Bacon Yum alongside Bosun soft compound tyres. Brilliant laps by both of them. Royce in third. He's going to try the two-stop. It's going to be difficult for him though, as Ansmouth is in fourth. Wastill fifth. Ian Boy in sixth. Gumpy Line in seventh. Antiv in eighth, but that will all go down to 12th, as Ninjas is in ninth. Briz is in 10th. Nuthead is in 11th, but that will go down to 16th, and then Vapid will start 11th, therefore, maybe even, actually 10th he'll start. Clays will start 12th, no, I don't know, he's 13th in qualifying. Label in 14th, Boris in 15th, Rampage in 16th, Danny in 17th, and King Liam at the back of the grid in 18th after being disqualified for that incident with Nuthead.
Yeah, what a hectic qualifying session here in RFL Tier 1, and it's definitely going to give us a very interesting race with the likes of King Liam starting at the was it Nuthead getting that 5th place grid penalty as well, and Bacon also been put to P12, and he's going to have to start on the soft. Apologies for my phone going off there. He's going to have to start on the soft company tyres that he qualified on, so he's not even going to get the benefit of the likes of Clays and Label Red Devil and Boris around him, who are going to be able to start with a fresh compound tyres. So a 5-second grid penalty is really going to hinder his race here, but he's a quick driver. I'm sure he will be able to make it in the race.
Yep, so just now just waiting for the drivers to ready up, and we'll get racing here in Bahrain. The conditions are as desertish as ever. It's dry as you'd expect, and it's going to be an action-packed race. We've got two soft runners on the front row, then we got a super soft runner. Watch out for him with his traction off the line, and then we got a soft runner in Ansmaz, the other Renault. Well, I said watch out for the Renaults at the start, and Ansmaz has kind of backed at my point there. He's been really quick so far this season. Can he turn it into a championship battle? Potentially. Wastill though, Ian Boy and Grumpy Lion all on super soft. Last time's podium sitter Wastill. He's going to want another good result today, but that's going to be very, very tricky on the super soft and the two-stop. And then we got Anti-Beacon in 8th. He hasn't actually served a penalty. Nuthead hasn't served a penalty either, so good for them, because they were not at fault for their penalties. Ninjas in 9th, Briz in 10th, Vapida in 12th, Clays in 13th. Just a quick note on tyre compounds. Everyone starts on the soft outside the top 10 except 4 drivers: Nuthead, Boris, Danny and Liam, so watch out for all them who will be going longer on this first stint.
Yeah, it's definitely probably going to be an advantage for those 4 drivers. Obviously, at the end of the race, they will be on a soft compound, so definitely, as you mentioned, keep an eye on those drivers, because I do think medium to soft is the best strategy around here.
But is it the best strategy when you're stuck in traffic? Clearly, probably not. But watch out for them, because they will probably be mightiest, and they will probably score some good points today if they can get some overtaking done. Overtaking will be crucial for them, and especially Nuthead, who starts in the actual pack, in the mid-pack. He could be vulnerable off the line with the less traction provided by those medium compound tyres, especially compared to the soft compound. He might be a bit of a sitting duck going down towards turn 1, but later in the race it will all come back to him, and as long as he can keep it clean, he will probably score some good points today. Same with Boris, same with Danny, and same with Liam. They all have to keep it clean. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Any predictions for the winner, Callum, before we get going?
I'm going to go boring and say Leopard.
So I've established my commentator does not care about entertainment. That's good. But I'm going to go with a different one. I'm going to go with Danny from the back. I'll explain. Actually, I don't have time to explain why, but I have my reasons. Don't worry. I know he's quick. He's a reigning champion, of course, and he starts on that potentially better strategy. But the lights are on now ahead of the drivers. Are all 5 lights on now? Yes, they are, and we're away here in Bahrain. And Leopard gets a decent start. Bacon Yum, he has to tuck into the slipstream. Leopard is defending the inside already as Bacon Yum goes all the way to the outside. He's going to squeeze around the outside, and he's going to swoop around the outside and take the lead in towards turn 1, and out of turn 1 we go. Bacon Yum leads, Leopard in second, Wastill up to third. Great start by him. Ansmaz maintains his 4th position while Rizlas drops to 5th. A Red Bull going off in the background there, but Bacon Yum, brilliant start there by the Haas driver, and he's jumped Leopard off the start, and exactly what he needed to do, as now Wastel has got to try and get past these drivers while his tyres are in good nick. Otherwise, he could be a sitting duck later on if he doesn't make up this track position. Now as Leopard gives an opening for Wastel. Wastel on the exit with the traction. Can't make the move, but down towards turn 10 there is a potentially opportunity there. No, there is no such thing for Wastel this time around, and it's a Renault sandwich for Wastel at the moment, with Leopard leading it and Ansmaz trailing it. And here comes Wastel again, on Leopard. He moves to the inside, he can't make the move there, he's going to have to tuck back into the slipstream of Leopard, and now up the hill they go for the first time. Bacon Yum though with a brilliant start, wasn't it?
Yeah. Put our attention a bit further back. King Liam, he has done a mission. Obviously, he's gained 5 positions already from the back of the grid. But he did a very opportunistic dive there, down at turn 10. And Boris set their box out, it was fair driving from the both of them. It's been a great start for him, definitely keep an eye on him on that medium front.
Yep, just quickly turning our attention back to the front though, because here comes Wastel. Wastel's coming on Leopard. Wastel's going to make a move on Leopard, potentially down towards turn 1. He's going to look to the inside. He's not going to brake late enough to make the move, and Leopard keeps that position for a little bit longer. But yes, you mentioned Danny and Liam, brilliant starts, both making up 5 positions. And Smith on Royce has tried to make a move on the Renault driver, but nothing coming of avail, and Royce has to stay in P5 for now. But brilliant starts further back though for Danny and Liam as mentioned. And also a decent start there for Claves. He's up to P9 from P13. Not bad at all from the Red Bull driver.
Just got the group up into P6, got to move there on E-Boy down into turn 1 there, so he's up at P6 there, but he's done that super stuff, so he really has to get a shift on now if he wants to try and score some good points here, because he's got a lot of finish on that one. So
Claves is ground back here with P9, he's dropped down to P18, he's well off the field. He hasn't got any front wing damage, I think he might have lost it, and we just lost the car and spun around unfortunately for him. But we'll find out after the race whether there was any contact with any of the driver there.
Exactly. Now, making out, he's already extending that gap nearly 1 second there on LCR Leopard, so this is really helping him. If he can break that DRS gap as we come into lap 3, this could really be a big kind of influence for his if he wants to win this race. He's not really going to get it, so LCR Leopard might get DRS this lap, but if he can push that extra bit more, he could break that DRS threshold, because actually LCR Leopard sets the fastest lap quicker than making him be catching the Haas driver.
Yep, Wastel still not letting Leopard get away really at the start here. He's 3 tenths behind like it was last lap, but he's dropped a bit too now to not make a move. But when DRS now is enabled, which it is, he can stay behind for at least 1 more lap, at least within 3 tenths or maybe even 5 tenths. He can make a move, and watch out for Wastel in the racing point. He is not out of this race yet, and he's got a good chance. Danny and Lim have also made a move again, and oh no, that's just because Clay's spam. But they're on the back of the 2 Ferraris, it's Danny, and he's going to be prowling for some points today. He needs some points today because his championship rival at the moment, Leopard, is out in front. Well, not out in front, he's out in 2nd place. And he also got Bacon Yum on track for 25 points as it stands. But yes, it's early days, but Danny needs to make these moves to avoid his rivals getting away from him in the championship.
Yeah, definitely in the grid. The pack is going to spread out a little bit more now, but I shall say that not really kind of P14 to I would say P4 are all pretty close, and there's only a really small gap, so everyone really is sticking together between everyone. There's actually only 7 seconds separate.
So I'm going to have to interrupt you there, because the gap at the front is not extending at all. It's actually closing enough for Leopard to make a move with slipstream. He sets the fastest lap of the race, and he's going to get back into the lead of this race. He started on pole, he lost the lead at the start, and he's down the inside and back into the lead. And the Renault driver, the championship leader, leads this race, but Bacon Yum is going to try and come back at him up the hill, down towards turn 4. Leopard versus Bacon Yum. Bacon Yum down the inside, Leopard gives him space, but Bacon Yum can't get alongside. It's too risky at this stage of the race, and he has to slot back into P2, and Leopard takes the lead here.
Yeah, definitely. And now wants to just extend that gap as Bacon Yum, what he tried to try and do. Now, like, he has to try and extend that gap to a second and try and break the DRS from Beckenham, then he could really start to pull a gap there on the hash. However, could he have run here? Beckenham, he got the arrest on LCR Leopard, but I don't think he really got the exit coming out of turn in there. I think he's going to have to stay behind LCR Leopard for another sector at least, and I think we could possibly see LCR Leopard pull away here before next lap.
Well, with the DOS though down the straight, the slipstream before the final corner, I don't think that's going to happen at the moment. As here we are going now onto the back straight just before the final corner. The gap is 5 tenths in a second between Beckenham and Leopard, and I think that's enough for Bacon to make a move. As long as he gets a good exit in the final corner, which he he got a poorish exit, but now down the straight with DOS, overtaking DOS is enabled on that car. Leopard with the fastest lap. It's a bit too far back for Beckenham, but he's still within now 4 tenths at the end of that straight. Yes, 4 tenths exactly at the end of that straight. And I mean, it looks good for Beckenham to at least stay within touchy distance of Leopard. But if Leopard can keep pulling away like he is, it's not going to be like that for long.
Yeah, is that Labour Red Devil up at P16 on not my head's got him back. He got a 10 penalty for a corner, can actually to drive those side by side up the hill here. Around the outside of the Toronto ring, I don't think Kaz is going to have to lose that position. To Labour Red Devil needs to now drop back to P17, that's a long position further away from the points. And LCR Leopard is actually broke. The DRS managed to actually, I'm not making him get the DRS, never mind about that for you. But I nearly got it, I could definitely get it. Yeah, he's got DRS for me at least.
He hasn't for me, and he's got his DRS closed, which increases the drag, of course, because DRS is called the drag reduction system. As Wastel, though, he has got DRS definitely, and he's getting that drag. Sorry, I'm just reminding the viewers who might be new to the sport. Okay, you don't need to say that to me. Adansmaz, he's on the back of Wastel. He's going to have the slipstream, and he could potentially get the move done. No, he can't, and he's going to have to lock up and tuck in behind Wastel. But with Wastel with DRS, it's going to be tricky for Adansmaz to get past, but he has more pace at the moment. But here he comes to Adansmaz. He's 2 tenths back, and will that get close enough for a move to be made? No, it's not going to get close enough for a move to be made unless he dives it down the inside. Ooh, we had a little think about it, but Wastel was very, very aware of that, and he made sure that did not happen. As Vapid round the outside of Brizzy, now the inside for turn 2. He's made the move, stickers. Here comes Danny on Antibeacon up the hill. They go Antib on the inside. Brizzy's going to the outside of Vapid there, almost collision between them two. But Danny round the outside of Antibeacon, he can't make the move stick, and it's Vapid, Briz, Antib, Danny, King, Liam and Boris is the order between 7th and 12th. A brilliant battle here, which we have to probably watch over the next few minutes. I'd actually no we don't, because here comes Antsmaz, sorry, and Wastel.
Yeah, we're all over the back from there. I don't think he's really going to get them there. And just on Danny, and Danny over the back, I can't peeking there through that S section there. I think Antsmaz is going to stay by Wastel for another section as Boris that box up at P12. On S there, Ninja looks like he might have made the move on. Unless Ninja made a mistake. But anyway, Boris set the box up into P12, and that is very good there for the building driver on the medium compound of Japan.
Yep, definitely it is very good for him. But this race is looking very good for the Renaults, as one Renault is chasing down the podium positions whilst the other leads the race. And Antsmaz now with the slipstream, with the DRS. Wastel is just a bit too far ahead, and he's got the DRS on Beckenham.
Yeah, that's going to be a line
point. So into the pits he comes, so the change onto the soft compound tyre that actually switches the tyre thing on, so you can see what tyres everybody is running now as this race heats up. As here is Danny round the outside of Beacon. He now defends the inside of Beacon, and Beacon's going to try and drag it around the outside towards turn 4. There's a bit of contact between the pair, but it's not enough to scare Danny off or Antib off. And they go side by side.
Oh no, they kept it.
They're fighting, but they've got off the track, and now they're off. They have spun it, and they're both in the wall. King Liam is still in this race, and Boris is still in this race, but they've dropped back massively. 13th and 14th, 16th down for King Liam, as Ian Boy's going to be the next one to overtake. But a collision there, really didn't get the right camera angles to see what happened there. But as he's left the session of King Liam, but the championship contender of last season, King Liam, has had a torrid start to the season. A 5th place, which isn't bad in China, but now a DNF in Bahrain is going to really, really put him onto the back foot for the remaining 10 races this season. I think it's Antmas.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, sorry, I thought you want to take over. As Antmas is slipstreaming with Wastel. Wastel dives into pits actually, so that battle's immediately over as Antmas cruises on by. Dero's wide open. He's going to chase after Bacon Young now and make it a Renault 1-2.
Yeah, as Danny got it on Brisbane at time, I think he's got the move made on the silver driver, and that's a good move there from Danny up into P5.
And now Danny's next target is the Ferrari of Vapicu, the Mercedes fan being chased down by a Mercedes in a Ferrari. Really, really ironic there. But, I mean, everyone's astounded why Vap is in a Ferrari. We said it last time out. A very weird choice of car for somebody who's such a Mercedes fan. But that's the case, and now he's being chased down by a Mercedes, his favourite team on the in real life F1, but it's not his favourite team right now, as Danny is going to try and get past the Rapid as soon as possible. He's on the medium compound tyre, remember, Danny. Danny is still in contention of victory. He isn't too far away from the lead as well. He's 8.2 seconds. That's not impossible to recover. And Danny, I predicted him for the win at the start of this race, and I mean, it's not looking like it's going to happen, but it's looking like it could be possible here, as Danny has shown good pace at the start of this race. Lap 8, of course, of this race, and he started all the way down in 17th, so he's up into 5th already, as he's now chasing down the Ferrari as mentioned.
Yeah, he's wanted him at one that race, and it definitely didn't roll out yet. He's on the medium confidence, and he showed extremely good pace. He's tried to break the selection of Briz behind him, but I think he was safe for a time being. And the Briz braking really like that. Nearly going into the back of Danny there, but he managed to avoid him and stay behind the Mercedes driver Danny, as I mentioned in P5. Chasing down Vapicu, as you also mentioned, and he could definitely look out for a podium finish if he keeps his pace up.
Yep, back out to the front battle though. Antmas in the Renault is trying to make it a Renault 1-2 now. He's within striking distance of Bacon Yum. And to head into turn 10, the gap is 4 tenths a second. Out of turn 10, what is it going to be? It's 4 tenths. This is a chance for Antmas, but this straight isn't really that long, especially not long enough to make a move. As yeah, he has to stay behind Bacon Yum for a little bit longer. But now up the hill we go. We got the left and we got the right. Can he stay within a striking distance of the Haas driver? And now with slipstream, no DRS for this straight yet, but it's easily possible to close some time here and then get a good exit to the final corner to take the lead as Bacon Yum's disconnected, and that's into the back of the disconnected car of Bacon Yum goes Antmas, and he's going to drop all the way down to P3. He stays in P3, but that's a lot of time lost there, and maybe with some damage caused there by Bacon Yum's lag car. I think he's back fine now. He really got back fine straight away, but that really did not help Antmas at all. And he hits the back of the lag car, spins, half spins it, recovers it, but not the way he wanted that battle to pan out. He's now 4.1 seconds away from Bacon Yum, as Danny is 3 tenths of a second away from Vapid Coot and chasing him down all the way.
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of strange when I've had a few disconnects myself like this, because I thought it was just a matter of me, and I just said, as time was going at normal pace, and right at the back of it, it's so unfortunate for the Renault driver, and he decided to get his head down and close like a gap back up to try and make this Renault 1-2 possible, because he's showed really good pace so far as King William's AI comes into the pits. Which is really
9 on the set of mediums. That's an odd call even by the AI to make.
Yeah. Good time management from the AI.
Yep, as now Danny though, he's the one we want to watch at the moment. The championship, reigning champion, and second in the championship at the moment, whilst his the championship leader is dominating out front. Danny's got to make this move soon. What's going on further back?
Yep, that was Doris on F next to not ahead, but not ahead of the really to fight that one. I think there's more tactical fight to do, or it's a lot like quicker, so not ahead has been just decided to like let him through as that is there's Vapid.
Leaders in the pits, Ansmaz and Vapid. Danny almost came to pits, almost hit the back of Vapid actually, but carries on, kind of dummies Vapid there into going out, and Danny's going to try the overcut now, and he's pushing, you can see he's pushing, but obviously he is on the medium compound tyres, he's going to be quick at the end, not at this stage of the race. As he's coming into third place, he's going to probably lead in a few laps time, so watch out for this. The man in 17th place, who started the race there, is going to be leading this race in just a lap or two time. But personally, I would say from Ansmaz, who's gone to mediums, and from Vapid, who's gone to mediums also, that was too early to make a pit stop if you want to go to the end.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I disconnected in the race, so I couldn't really. Definitely think you could stretch those softs a little bit more, so yeah, maybe they're trying to cover an undercut. I'm not too sure. That's my kind of.
But I mean, Ansmaz was safe from an undercut. He was 1.7 seconds ahead of Vapid, who would probably be the only undercut threat. But he has shown more pace. It's Danny span it. That is down at the left hand.
The clay
spins it just in front of him there, and Danny rejoins. That was a nice pirouette spin there by the Red Bull driver. That looked hilarious on my camera angle. I'm pretty sure the stream caught it. And a beautiful spin there by Clay, but not what he wants. Danny has now lost probably the opportunity to win this race.
Yeah, Bacon Yum and Anton Bacon pits on the medium tyre, so you said it was early, but that's Clyde's also pitting after that. Quite, I think let's say, man, it's been 8, we knew it would rumble with Danny, man, it's been definitely so good on him for that one, but he came to the pits, and that's a few drivers now on the pits, and actually Vapid gets ahead of his teammate Anton Bacon, but just indeed now, Grumpy line on F1X not ahead. Obviously, Grumpy line, he's on the two-stop strategy, qualified quite a hit with it, there's a dive there on the Melbourne driver, whoa, not ahead, defending it, that goes side by side, was thinking, should we do it in 2014? A while ago, stuff was trending, no, they will not. And Grumpy line will make the move up at 310 at his points for the defender driver, not a bad way to start off the season in the RFL. Apparently his first increase in months, so if it has not been bad, and I would love to see his pace in a few weeks time when he can get back used to this game.
Yep, definitely looking very promising for the racing point driver for future races. Maybe not this race, but he could still get a good result here. He's on a two-stop strategy though, as our race leader's in the pit. So where's he going to come out? This is crucial, because he's in a battle with Bacon Yum, who tried to do the undercut on him. Has it worked out for the better for Bacon Yum? In medium tyres going on for the Renault driver. Out the pits he goes now. Glitches forward, to be honest, as here is Bacon Yum. Down the straight as both letterboxes left the session. Danny's taking the lead here, as a lot of drivers are in the pits, and it looks like Leopard's easily got out ahead of Bacon Yum, and that is a third place for Leopard, was a fifth place for Bacon Yum. The gap is about 2.5 seconds, and Bacon Yum's got to make this move on Rampage soon, otherwise he could be stuck and losing time to his rival of Leopard, and this could be the win slipping out of his hands, as here comes Rampage down the S section. It's almost impossible to overtake here, and this is the win slipping out of his hands, unless he can make a move down the inside. He goes for it, and he makes the move, and he's up into P4, but Rampage with a switchback is gonna get that position back, but then with better traction it looks like Bacon Yum's got the position down towards turn 10, and he's gonna take P4, and this win has not slipped out of his hands just yet, and it is still advantage Leopard, but it's not as big an advantage as it could have been.
Yeah, but he's also got a lap for his retired Leopard, doesn't people might think that isn't a lot, but it add up as Vapid could have made a move in Ian Boy and Leopard not ahead going side by side at it there, but not ahead is, I don't know if that was, I think that is keeping behind defending under a lot of pressure now from the Toros driver, but I think he's going to be able to keep them moving. I think we might see Label Red Devil Pit fairly soon anyway. But we'll come into the penultimate corner now here. What will happen? Will he make a dive? I don't think he will try to set himself up as his yellow flags. With 3 Clays.
Oh, that's Clay's. Yep, I just jumped the board for that and he's going through the gravel. Not what he wants as Rampage comes into the pits. As expected, really, he's been on this tyre for a long time. That is a very good first stint though, and he could really push these mediums now to the limit and make it some good time if he has the pace to do so. Let's watch out for Rampage, but not a good day for Clay so far today. He's spanned it multiple times. You can see he's struggling. He's going to have to dive his pits. He's already killed his tyres pretty much by that. And they're the medium combat tyres. Haven't got many of those to use. That's Clay has a tyre from the session.
Yep. Good few spins there from the Red Bull driver, but definitely a day to get from. But the pace was pretty promising as that stuff. He up into PS, 2 moves in 1 lap. Not ahead actually went off the track. He's going to move 1 vote to Ian Boy, and he has lost that position. His labels dropped it quite a lot, and the beacon as well within it as well. Not didn't come from trying. The drivers have a very big cluster here, and to exit off F1 mixing not a good here. And pretty trying to corner it overtake. I don't think he can make the move. He's going to have to stay behind the Williams driver for another lap.
Up the hill though, he could get the move done around the outside. No, he can't. But then on the inside, potentially, no, he can't. But now down the hill, definitely he has the opportunity. Down towards the final corner. If DRS was enabled here, it would be easy right now. But it's not, and he's got to try and muscle his way past or wait until the main stage, which I think he's doing at the moment. And he almost taps the back of Nuthead there, but with slipstream, DRS enabled. Nuthead dives into the pits. No, he doesn't. He's just defending the inside, and Nuthead is going to go to the outside. DRS enabled on Nuthead, remember, as well, as Nuthead is within a second of the car ahead. And now to the inside goes Antiv, and he's made the move, sticking these up into P11. Great move there by Antiv on a very, very feisty Nuthead at the moment, and he's defending these positions like his life depends on it.
Definitely that is that Liberal Red Devil just coming to the pit. He's now out in P15, which is basically the last place is Boris and King Lee, which kind of just threw in the towel about halfway through this race. But if the next one not ahead, the next one he has to defend to is Esther, and then she's got dive it down the inside, and it turned me a what a move that is there, but he's not done yet. He squeezes all of them driver out there. But if the next one not ahead has had to give up that position, and he drops down yet another position, and I think he's definitely come to their best here, or their worst even. I think this is the kind of last few laps you kind of just have to stretch them out, but I think you will have to do a few more laps. Definitely a good 3 or 4 more laps, but it is not looking promising for F1. Not ahead so far as he's a good wee bit out of the points, and he still has to make that pit stop.
Yep, Danny's in the pits though, and it's lap 15. So I mean, he's got 14 laps to do on these tyres. That's going to be tough ask. Then you're going to do 15 laps. Well, yeah, 15 laps on those mediums. You can want to do 14 laps on the softs. That is ambitious to say the least. He's going to really have to care for those tyres. As he comes out now, he'll be able to push them and make up the advantage that he should be making on those softs. Comes out the pits, he comes out P13. That's been cost him dearly, and he should really be out at the moment and ahead of this massive train, and potentially even out in about 9th place, I want to say.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, due to that spin, he's nowhere near that, and he's down in P13. Nuthead is his first target, who is on the same strategy, except Nuthead is making his first stint last longer, which is what he should be doing, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's really not going to help the strategy to we're going to have to play. Not ahead and then using that as actually anti beacon, and Ian Boy going after the dominated turning and turn heavy. Ian Boy going to direct them inside contact between the two drivers. Ian Boy is full. So allows Ninja's up instead of anti beacon as well. He has 3 battle for P9, but anti beacon drops out of P10, but he's also under threat from the Red Bull, the top 3 teams in real life, and these 3 all battling very hard for points here in this RFL T1 race here now. They come through a very tricky section here of the lap here, and they're all going to follow through very nicely. Anti can do it really late on the peak.
Sorry, I have to interrupt you there because the battle for the lead. Leopard versus Waster. Waster on the 2-stop. Leopard on the 1-stop. Down the inside goes Leopard, and that is P1 for the winner driver.
Oh, Waster is coming back. It'll be his back stuff. But yeah, P1 for LCR Leopard. Let's hope he can just, for his race, he can just kind of push on us and pick it up at P9. But Ninja's also trying to come back. The bot 2 driver going side by side here. Ferrari versus Red Bull. The Red Bull trying around the outside here. It's going to turn to the inside and the outside, goes uphill here. down into up into turn 4, and to the defence that inside very heavily. Esther then just going to have to try it round it, so the kid's going barely enough from it is definitely a card rather than Esther then just kind of pushing with power a little bit too early there. And he's going to have to stay behind and to Beacon for another lap there. And it has been great defending from the Ferrari driver and for Beacon there to try and defend that P9.
Brilliant racing from both drivers though. Don't just praise Anta because it was brilliant clean racing from Ninjas as well. Although he didn't get the move done, it was so tight. He could have easily caused a crash there, but he didn't because he's season 1 champion, so he's very quick. We all know that, and he does deserve the season 1 crown despite losing a bit of pace whilst he took a break from the game. And that's why he isn't up at the front at the moment, but who is at the front is LCR Leopard, and he's 1.2 seconds out clear now from Waystor, and Bacon Yum is a further 2.3 seconds back, and really unable to challenge now Leopard, and I think it's going to be an easy cruise to the finish for Leopard, unless I've cursed him and he does something stupid.
Yeah, if we see yellow flags and our red out's gone off, I would tell them not on you, but the way this has been going for Leopard so far, it is looking comfortable for him. He's been consistent. I wanted to touch with I do not want to jinx him, but he's looking comfortable. He's got the P immediately, and I think we could definitely see the Renault driver see this one out for the rest of the race, unless we have a safety car. A safety car would really spice things up. So, you know, F1 gods, are you listening? You know, give us a safety car.
Safety car would be perfect right now. I think if Boris or Liam are watching this, get back in, crash out, call the safety car, because that will really spice us up at the moment. Because we'll have Leopard, who's leading. He's going to probably pit in for a new set of tyres. But then we've got Waystor, who's going to be propelled up the order. Excuse me, because he's got another stop to make. So he's going to drop down quite a bit, and he's going to be propelled up the order if the safety car comes out. Yellow flag for 2 and 3.
Yep, there's going to be a line same place like Danny did it a few laps ago, and that is really poor for the Sydney driver's race. He comes out just ahead of Danny, the man that's on it there not long ago, and that is really good for lining his Waster's pits here. And that is going to prepare him down the order, but Grubke line really bad for his racing. He now comes into the pits as well, so there's I think the majority of the two stoppers are pitting now.
Yep, Waster's in, Wizlas is in, they're all in. The moment is Waster's going to come out P9 behind Danny. Danny actually probably not as bad as it looked initially, but he's going to have some work to do to hold off Waster, hold off Wizlas potentially, and hold off Grumpy Line. But he's got some moves to do as well. He's got to get past Ninjas, he's got to get past Antiv, and potentially even chase down Blizz. The podium's probably out of reach, but 4th place is still on here, I think, for Danny. As long as he keeps consistent, and he's going for the championship this year, there's no doubt about that. The reigning champion, of course, but with the Leopard due to take 50 points in the first 2 races, Danny's got to get a move on and get up to 4th place. Otherwise, the championship's pretty much over before it's really started.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's 3-second time penalty for running very wide now on the exit turn 10.
Yep. Maybe struggling a little bit there in the medium to on them for second laps already, but I'm sure they'll be able to manage him. Talking about tyres, Danny, 3 lap old sauce on them, actually getting consent. I don't know if he'll be able to do that Leopard 1:29.5. Good luck left from Leopard to extend that gap to 5.2 seconds. Sorry, talking about Danny, I don't know if he'll be able to take this to the end. He's going to have to probably back past Ninjas and active there. Talking about battle off Ninjas, he's going to try and get me down at turn 1. He's got to overtake Ericson. Ninja the defence inside, he might be going on the attacking Antiv as well here. The 3 might be going 3-1 here. Ninja just goes on the move and Antiv, and Danny's just going to sit back and allow it. But I think Ninja might have broke himself here, but he keeps it round the outside here. And he's going to make the move on Antiv. Antiv might be slightly vulnerable. The defence in this stage is going to try and do what he did.
I'll be back in a sec.
The inside here, it's a very ambitious move here from Danny here, and it's very risky. It's picked up plenty for good measures as well there. And really kind of ending in tears there, but great driving from Antiv, Ninjas and Danny, the 3 of them. That is superb racing from them there, and it is great action from me and Morton and commentary box. And what a race this has turned out to be here. Tier 1, round 2. And that is top it further through Vapid and Leopard. Vapid and Brazil, very close indeed. But back to this, Danny over the back of Ant, well not over the back, but definitely pressurising Ant Beacon there for that P7 there. Really needs to try and get by these two drivers fairly soon if he wants to try and get, as Morgs mentioned a few moments ago, some solid points. Really, I think it could definitely be within a show here now in the penultimate corner here. Now it's a very hard corner, Danny. Don't like getting that coming out through the last corner here. It's a slight pink. It is not really a proper corner, but it is still classified as one, so that's why I call it one. Now, Danny, yeah, he's going to fight ground inside the advantage because Ant's just not really going to put up too much of a fight there. He's going to have it low, yeah, He's going to fight it. The two drivers going side by side. Danny. Through turn 3. Well, down in the up into turn 4, I could see here. And we can hear kind of make moves that as Rapid Q on lost Brazil, and Brazil going side by side through the S's here. Vapid has got to make contact. Vapid spun the car. Vapid spun round. He's going to have to drop. He's going to have to see his teammate Anton Beacon drive by. We might even lose position to Wasteless. I think he will. Oh no, he won't. He keeps P8, but that is not good there for Rapid Q as I've now got Morgs back.
Yep, I just want to apologise there to take a phone call. So yeah, apologies for that. I stayed upstairs so I could try and do the cameras, but I was half listening to the stream, so I might have missed something, but hopefully I didn't. As Wastel on Vapid, down the inside he goes, and that is P8 for the fourth India driver, and very, very good move there. Vapid though, he is struggling now. 10 lap old medium compound tyres, which have been through a spin. Not ideal for his race, as now Danny, the man who span it before his pit stop. That could be the explanation why he came to pit so early actually. But he is chasing after SO Ninjas. Slipstream, DLS on the Red Bull. Gonna be an easy move. He goes to the inside and not much defence put in there by the Red Bull driver. And that's P5 for Danny, and next target is Briz, who is just 1 second up the road, and it looks like Danny's maximum today will be P4, and Briz is that target.
Yeah, that would be a very good drive there from Danny, and I think that's been definitely could have cost him a podium here, but anyway, it's been a very good disciplined drive there from Danny. I think if he could get this P4, it would definitely work out. Starting from 17th in the grid, that is tremendous there. It is not an easy grid by any means. I think every single one of these drivers are extremely quick in their own right, and that just shows the pure skill that Danny's had this. He can have a good battle with every driver, and that one mistake of a spin has definitely been his one proper mistake other than probably qualifying, but that is past us now. I mean, I don't think he'll be thinking too much about that. He'll be thinking about trying to make us move on. PMT Briz here now, first track section, don't want to get in that car, but he spun it not moments ago here. He does have a slight lift off, not too much, but he's definitely a little bit more cautious now. Coming out in the third last corner here on PMT Briz here. I don't think he's definitely want to try and stay in the slipstream of the Sabo driver here. Now you want to try and get a good exit here off the last proper corner here. Now he's got slipstream, he's got DRS, he's already got his ARS up in the overtake now. Is Briz going to defend it much? Danny, he's got the inside line here. Is Briz going to defend it? No, he lifts off. He's got very low ERS actually. Oh, he goes at the back of him nearly. Briz nearly takes him to nearly goes at the back of him now. And I can anti-beak and SR Ninjas going at it. They're going at it moments ago, but it was Ninjas on anti-beak, but now it's anti for Ninjas. He's going to have to make a dive if he wants any sort of move here, but he's going to have to stay behind SR Ninjas for another half a lap at least.
Yeah, brilliant racing though from Danny, but now he's got to really save his time. It's going to be a struggle to get to the end there on those 7 lap old softs. There'll be 14 laps old at the end of the race. I struggled to take them 12 in my race. Yes, different conditions, yes, different drivers. And Danny, I know, is good at taking tyres long distances. But 14 laps is an ask, a big ask around this track. You will probably go into puncture range. And, I mean, Danny's got to be careful. Let's just see how he drives, because he's probably going to have to take it so smooth now, especially the Riz. He'll probably be on lean on the exits, like lean mix, just so I know, because potentially be doing a lot smoother with his controls, and he could be putting the brake bias towards forward. They're all things you can do to stop the rear degradation, because that's the most common thing that you see. But now on lap 24.29, as Leopard starts his 24th lap in towards the first sector. I'd like anybody in chat to let us know your driver of the day today. Anybody viewing this stream live, let us know your driver of the day. I think it's kind of obvious who most people driver of the day was, but there could be a few surprises there. There goes Ninja's down the inside on Briz. He's made the move stick. Briz is down to P6. Ninja's up to P5, but not for long potentially, as here comes Briz back again. Ninja's defends the inside. Briz has to go to the outside. He's going to break his Lady Des, but not late enough, as Ninja holds the position, but runs out wide, and with a switchback can Briz get the move done. The better speed down the hill. No, he can't. Briz is going to drop down to P6 behind Ninja's.
Yeah, and that is still the big good result again, but he's going to have to look behind him. He has got Anthony Beacon and Oysters, who are still pushing him. Definitely that full stride there of Oysters, who is definitely going to be pushing. He's on the two stuff. He's on the faster tyres, on the fresher tyres. He could definitely be within, possibly with a top 5 result here if he can push and clear Anthony Briz and then Ninja. He could definitely be within a shout of top 5. I'm not too sure the penalty situations. I think I'll just do that quite quickly. So Leopard has Bacon Yum has 1 warning, Ansmaz has 1 warning, Danny has a penalty and 2 warnings, Ninjas only has 2 warnings, Riz only has 2 warnings, Antuf has 1 penalty, and I'll do Wasteless, who has
so here comes Briz round the outside and Ninjas then towards turn 1. He can't make the move, but Ninjas gets a little tap from behind by Briz, and round the outside of turn 2 goes Briz. He picks up a penalty, but he's made the move stick. But now Ninja's on the fight back, round the outside towards turn 4 he goes. He gets back ahead of Briz, and he stays ahead of Briz. He's back up into P5. As there goes Antiv, a huge moment there on the exit, almost like a Sebastian Vettel spin from turn 4 there, as he's dropped a little bit behind this battle after that mistake. But Briz picking up a penalty, trying to make a move on Ninjas. Was it worth it? Obviously not, because he didn't make the move stick. And was it even worth it if he got past? It was a risky move done by this Albon man, but it did pay off in the end.
Yeah, and I'm just noticing something. If you go on board with S around Ninjas and look at his bottom right, he is low on fuel. Oh well, he is lower than fuel, so basically he needs to save fuel. And that could definitely not be what he wants if he's going to have to probably be under pressure from Briz behind him. So he's really going to have to try and probably use more of his ERS S to push fuel in the tighter section, probably mainly that first sector, the kind of S section, that area there. But he's not giving the lap to do it. I'm not sure how bad it is, but it could definitely be something. And now, but he's now under pressure here from Anton Beacon. The Ferrari Junior versus the Ferrari team here. It is equal cars, there's no advantages here. No team orders will be applied here. Anton Beacon, he's going to try it round the outside. Will he get the switchback here, up the hill here, through turn 3 here. He's got a decent exit, a big moment there. Oh, a decent, never mind. He's now on the back of Briz here. He's too far back. A decent there for me, just spun it off into the wall. So, thank God he didn't actually. I was like, wow, how did he do that?
Yeah, well, yeah, luckily nobody thinks for the viewers though. That is a good thing, as Leipzig double picks up a penalty for quarter cutting, not what he wants. The gap out in front now is 10.1 seconds as Leopard continues to dominate this race. Hopefully he doesn't come on the team radio and say he has an issue with his engine, because this is the sort of gap that Charles Leclerc had in the real life race before his engine failed. But obviously it's equal cars, it's no mechanical issues on this game, so he should be good as long as he keeps it clean now. Bacon Young, second place, he's going to come under a bit of pressure from the other Renault driver of Ansmaz, but I think Ansmaz hasn't really got the pace, because the gap's been coming down. But it's not been coming down by seconds a lap, it's not been coming down by half seconds a lap, it's coming down by tenths a lap. And that's not enough for Ansmaz to steal that P2 away from Bacon Yum, unless Bacon Yum picks up a penalty, but that is unlikely at this stage. Danny's probably on track for P4, but he could well get a puncture at the end. This is a 12th lap now he's beginning on this set of tyres, and it's easily now heading towards puncture range few more laps and it will be punch range, and that will probably be the last laps of the race. So Danny's not safe in P4 yet. Ninja's in P5 and under pressure is Briz from Antiv Beacon. They head up towards turn 4. Can Antiv make the move stick? Or make it? No, he can't, and he has to stay in P7. Wade's still not too far behind in P8, and he's going to be a one to watch in the final few laps. He could even get up to P5 if he can clear these guys quick enough. He's on very fresh, soft compared to the old mediums, the cars ahead, so do not count out Wade still for P5 yet.
Yeah, definitely. And one action-packed race we have had here, and it is still going to be going down to the last minute here. That gap, that kind of train between P8, P7, P6 and P5. Oh, definitely fighting for as many points as they can at this rate.
Yep, just quickly though, I did ask the viewers to say their driver of the day. Didn't get any responses. Yay. But Callum, who is your driver of the day?
I think I would say the Bahrain being Leopard. It's been a very controlled race, but I think definitely a shout out to Danny up into P4. He's recovered very well from that spin, and it's been a very good control race from Danny. So I'm going to give my driver of the day to Danny.
Yep, good shout. I'm going to give my driver of the day to, I'll tell you in a second, because here comes Antiv Beacon on Briz again. Round the outside he goes on the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo breaks late, almost hits the back of Ninjas, but Antiv hits the back of Briz, and Waystill now got a huge opportunity up the straight if he can get a good exit from turn 3, but I don't think he has got one. And now with slipstream is not enough to get him by either driver, as Antiv is trying to pressurise and push Briz through turn 4. But it's not enough. Right, my driver of the day then, just quickly while we've got a little break, is King Liam. Just kidding. I mean, he's having a torrid race today. Same with Boris, same with Clays as well, who's our only retirement actually. But I mean, Boris and King Liam could be classed as retirements. But my serious driver of the day would probably be, I don't know, it's a tough one. I'd probably say Leopard though. To be totally honest, if I could ban saying Leopard, I would say Bacon Yum. He's driven a good race today. Yes, he was second, and they're having to Beacon cut the corner there, almost trying to get back onto Briz. But yeah, Bacon Yum, second place. Yeah, he got into the lead. He had a chance to win, but I think that he's done more than enough today to deserve driver of the day. He has driven brilliantly all day, just a bit away from the almighty LCR Leopard's pace, and also to qualify in the front row on soft compound tyres, equal with Leopard as well. It's just a good performance by him. So he's my secondary driver of the day if I couldn't pick Leopard. But on the final lap here, Leopard leads. It's just a cruise to the finish. Let's just quickly watch this. Battle for P6. As here comes Antiv Beacon on towards Briz. Down the inside he goes. He's going to make the move, but no he can't. It's Waystill now on the exit. He's going to try and make the move up towards turn 3 and 4. Round the outside of turn 3 he goes on Antiv Beacon. Is he going to make the move? Yes, he does make the move, but on the brakes, can he hold it? Yes, he does, as Antiv has a mistake, and Waystill up into P7. Great move there by the Alfa Romeo driver, but Leopard now coming towards the end of his race. And what a drive it's been.
Yeah, brilliant man. He has controlled this race the full way. He's coming round to the last few corners of this Bahrain Grand Prix. We would say it's been a control race. I'm not too sure about him. He comes round the last corner now. It's been a very controlled race by the brilliant man. He comes from to win in Bahrain. It is a full 25 points there for the LCR Leopard, the Renault driver there. And Bacon Young here, he's going to come home in P2. It's been a pretty lonely race after Leopard. He comes home to take P2, a very solid podium. Now Antoine here, he comes home to take P3. It's a Renault win for you. Great there, and that's Wastles and Riz actually going after it there. Wastles makes a move into the last corner. Danny comes home in P4. Great strike from him. Ninja's here, he comes home. It's a P5, and it has been a good result from him. We have Wastles coming home in P6, and to become P7, Brent swaps into P8. Then Rob Wrestlers and Vapacook with side by his side. And Rob Wrestlers is going to just make the move Vapacook point. Now, Ian Ball here, P11, he will not pick up any points today, but it is a good drive from him. Let's hope next time out in Spain, he can pick up some solid points from Mercedes. Ian Ball, sorry, comes home in P11, Grand Prix Alliance P12. F91 went ahead, he's been battling a race, but it does not come to any avail. P13 for the Williams driver as Rampage comes to win P14 there. It is going to be Lady Red Devil at Rosso 14th, 15th, and he's going to be the last actual driver to come across the line. And what a race! This has been very out of tier 1, because that is just gave us some great entertainment from even the start of qualifying right to the checkered flag.
And there is your podium, ladies and gentlemen. We got a Renault 1.3 and a Renault 1.4 last time out in China. It's going to be a brilliant season, but Renault look in control of the constructors. But can they maintain control of the drivers? LCR Leopard on 50 points after round 2, and the German is in brilliant shape for the rest of the season. His rivals kind of fought today, with Wastel not finishing any higher than 6th, and Danny only 4th place, and Bacon, Yum and Answers have really come onto the scene and said to themselves they're in the championship battle. LCR Leopard then wins, followed by Bacon, Yum and Answers. Danny in 3rd place while Ninjas finishes, Danny in 4th place while Ninjas finishes in 5th. Wastel in 6th. And then look at that, ladies and gentlemen, just 1/10 of a second separate Anta Beacon and Blizz. P7. Then Raw Grizzlaz and Vapidcoot separated by 400ths of a second. And then we got Ian Boy and Grumpy Lion separated by just a second as well. Very close margins here as Nuthead finishes P13, Rampage P14, along his teammate just behind in 15th, celebrating his 1 year since he joined RFL. And you got King Liam, Boris Letterbox, and Clays, who all retired from the session and did not finish. King Liam had a terrible day today. He'll be hoping for better next time. Same with Boris, and they're going to all be hoping for better races next time out. We head to Spain next, and that's going to be a very entertaining race down in the probably, I don't know, it's a very mixed track in terms of opinions. Is Spain, so it's going to be interesting to see what results from that circuit. So we've invited our podium drivers in. We've got Answers in a moment. Let's just see whether the Leopard will join. We'll give him a minute. Otherwise, we'll start straight away with Answers. Actually, no, we have. It's just Answers has 2 accounts because he's weird like that. Yeah, we're just waiting for Leopard, and if he doesn't join within 30 seconds, we'll get going with our podium interviews with Answers after a brilliant Bahrain Grand Prix here in the desert. We had multiple battles, especially the midfield. That battle for 6 at the end was extraordinary. Between Blizz, we had Wastel involved, and we had Anta Beacon involved. But it doesn't look like Leopard's joining, so Bacon Yum, P2. You were Bacon, and a brilliant drive from yourself. So first of all, congratulations for that. You got a jump on the race winner eventually, LCR Leopard. You got a jump on him at the start, the pole sitter, and you were in the lead. Why couldn't you hold it? Was he just too fast today?
First of all, I want to say I had timing issues the whole race. So Jeff was telling me that like people were like 2 seconds behind when they were like 10 seconds behind. And then like I had like a red cross for 5 seconds. And then all of a sudden Ant-Man lost like 5 seconds, but I don't actually know how I recorded it just in case I desynced into him or something. But it was just a really boring race, and Leopard was just too quick. And yeah, I knew he was going to get past me, so I just didn't bother flying him.
Yeah, well, other than that, you did drive a very strong race. I will confirm that from the commentator's angle, it was the desync incident. A lag car went into Ansmar's span. Luckily, though, I don't think, I will ask him in a sec, but I don't think there was any damage done in terms of anything other than time. But in terms of your race today, I mean, it was a decent one, but quite a lonely one, you have to admit. But your qualifying lap, yes, you got beaten by Leopard, but you're surely quite happy with your qualifying P2 on the soft compound tyres.
Yeah, better than the time I did when I was practicing like 2 weeks for LCR, so that's kind of annoying. But considering I've done no practice, and I know that Ants Man did a lot, I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have any questions to ask you then, because obviously you had quite a lonely race. So I'm going to move on to our race winner, who's now joined the party, which is LCR Leopard. And what a race that was! Pole position. You led every lap except quite a few, but you led pretty much every lap net race lead except the first four, and it was quite a dominant race in the end for you. You won by about 11 seconds. Just summarise that race for us.
Yeah, it was pretty good, I guess. Like Bacon, I'd done no practice, so I just rocked up and raced. Well, apart from all the practice I'd done for all other leagues, but yeah, this is the first time I've done track in like a week. So yeah, pace was alright, very inconsistent. Got a penalty, which annoyed me. But yeah, happy to get the win, obviously.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so I was going to say, your qualifying time, was that a good time for yourself? Because you completely blew it out the bag. You were on the soft compound tyres and middle compound tyres, and it was a brilliant lap to get a pole position. Just summarise that lap. Was it a good lap in the end, or do you think you could have improved even more?
It's not my PB. 25s are definitely doable. I did a 26 flat in LCR. Yeah, considering, like I said, I'd done no practice, I think a 26.2 is not too bad.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations on your win. Unless Callum has any questions for yourself or Bacon, I'm going to move on to our third place driver, Ansmouth.
Nope, just well done on the win.
Okay, so Ansmouth, P3 for yourself. Pretty nice drive, I have to say, especially after a good start to the season. You and your teammate Leopard, you've really shocked me, Ansmouth. I wasn't expecting this pace for you. Third and fourth in the first races, really showing Renault as a competitive team. Can this maintain throughout the season, or is this just two good tracks which have just gone well for you? Well, in terms of your race today, just talk us through what happened from your perspective with your incident with Bacon Yum. I think it was a lag incident, but just talk us through what you saw on your onboard. Yeah, well, I mean, oh, your audio wasn't included. Wow. Okay, so basically, I would like you to summarise your incident with what's his name, Bacon, and then whatever the second question I asked you was. I completely forgot now.
Can I swear or not?
No.
Oh, God damn it. So basically, I go to the rear of his car, and then mid-corner, his car desynced into me, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I could have got a P2, but, you know, that's how it is.
And then, oh yeah, my other question was, do you reckon you'll be able to maintain this form for the rest of the season? Because you've really shocked me and probably quite a few others as well with your pace so far.
Yeah, definitely, if I bother practicing, for sure, yeah.
Well, congratulations on your P3. So unless Callum has anything he wants to ask, that's going to conclude the stream.
Nope, just congratulations on that podium.
Well,
It was okay.
well, thank you everybody for tuning in to RFL T1 Season 3, round number 2 around Bahrain. Next week we're in Spain, where we're really kick off the European leg of the season, and it's going to be an action-packed one. Spain's an odd track. It's hard to overtake there, but then again, it's possible to overtake there, and also it's a very tight, twisty track. It's a very, I mean, some people say it's a driver's track, because there's a lot of corners you do with this. Some people say it's a car's track as well. It's going to be interesting next time out. And who will take the victory? With Leopard 50
Leopard.
points at the moment, who else can catch him? Let's find out next week.
No one.
I've been Morgs. Thank you to Callum for joining me today. Congratulations to all our podium drivers, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.